Hello.
Come on in. Come on in now. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it, let's go. Yeah, let's go, let's get it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nothing better than kicking it with Auntie Leah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
December 28th.
Yo, what it do, what it do?
A young man
Welcome
spoke
back to
life
Kicking
over
It with
his
Auntie Leah. We're just gonna let some people come in.
future. I'm gonna be one of the greatest.
Salute. Everybody please share the live.
17 years young with the whole road ahead. Dreams in his heart, confidence in what he said. Walking through the halls with a future so bright.
Please share the live, guys, so people can come in.
Believe in the path he was destined to take. A young king rising, greatness in the wake. Every step forward, every goal in sight. Just trying to live and do something right. He said, I'm gonna be one of the greatest. 17 dreams in the making. One of the greatest. One of the greatest. One of the greatest.
Hey everybody. Hello, Ramonda. Salute. Thank you for coming back to Kick It with me this evening. And Mr. J9. Just waiting people come into the building. Salute to everybody to the bush, in the bushes.
Mama still crying, family still praying, community rising, truth still saying. We remember the words, we remember the day, and the world still hears them say it'll be great. Dreams don't die, even when the world tries. World shines.
Everybody please smash the likes button and share the live. We're just waiting on some more people to come in.
A dream spoken loud becomes a battle cry.
Hey, Tina. Salute. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah.
And every voice that calls his name.
Hey, Ladesha.
That dream alive.
Welcome. Salute. I don't know if I've ever seen you before,
Some
but
dreams
hello.
become legacies.
Hey, Julia Chandler. Welcome.
And some names become movements.
Welcome. Thank you so much
Kendrick
for
Johnson said
deciding
he
to
would be one of
come
the greatest.
kick it with us this evening.
I got
And the world still remembers his name.
page. Hold on.
He said, I'm gonna be one of the greatest. Whole crowd yelling, say his name. They try to bury that dream in the pavement.
Just waiting on some more people to come in before we get started. Everybody please smash the like button.
Every voice in the crowd keep chanting, JJ, say his name. Say his name. We won't change. True remain.
Just waiting on some more people to come in. Hey, Sharon Young. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in the building to kick it with us and learn about Kendrick Johnson. All right, let me just change this music out. We always have a welcome song. So, I see some new people in the building. Hello, Melody Wright. Welcome. Hello, Sharon. Shout out to you. Julia Chandler. Welcome. LaDeja. Welcome. Tina Jones. Welcome. And Ramonda Bausch. I think that's what your last name is. Please. I do have a speech impediment and I will botch your name and I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much for deciding to come and kick it with Auntie Leah and to learn about the Kendrick Johnson case and just talk about it. If you're new here, please put a 1 in the chat. If you're not, welcome back. This is an open panel. So if anybody have questions, anybody wants to come up on the panel, you don't have to show your face or anything like that. You are more than welcome to come up on the panel and sit with us and talk with us and ask your questions. Drop your questions in the comments. I am going to ask everybody here to drop justice for Kendrick Johnson in the comments for me, please. Hey, Darlene. Is it Darlene? Yes. Welcome, welcome. And then there's Angela. I think it's Angela. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I got your name right because I cannot pronounce names. So tonight we do have a video that we're going to start out with. Of course, I always start out with a video. I did post a bit of the footage earlier today, last night actually. The footage that I was able to get to today is not ready yet. So, and you know that StreamYard would not allow me to upload it, but we still have crime scene photos to go through, documentation to look at, videos to review. We can still talk about the situation, right? Long as we're keeping his name out there, you know, because basically this is all about just Kendrick Johnson and the Johnsons. It has nothing really to do with me or my co-host J9. He does have a face. He will turn on his camera. Hey, Azaria, welcome, Carly Collins. Thank you so much for being here. Joe Jones, shout out to you. Nitra Collins, shout out to you. We have Martian Invader. Let me put. I'm not sure. Oh, but that's because you're on Facebook. Maybe that's why you can't see the YouTube chat. So this is a dual stream. You have the option of clicking the YouTube link or the Facebook link. It really doesn't matter. I see your comments and they're also on the screen. They're small, but they're on the screen. Hello, Melody. Welcome. And Faithful Theo, thank you so much for returning. Sandra Parks, thank you so much for being here. Listen, guys, we have some information that we're going to get out there today. I was not able to get to any important pieces of the footage because you guys know that I do work during the day. I'm going to delve into that or delve in more or dive in. You get the gift of what I'm saying over the weekend because I don't have to work this weekend. So I'll be able to cut the footage up and we can look at it. But we still have a little clip that we can study. And even doing that 2-hour clip so far, I was not able to find anybody climb on that mat. So that's why I need you guys to help me look at it. Now, I'm not going to torture you and ask you to look at 2 hours worth of footage because it's just basically a lot of movement in the gym. But we're going to look at a great deal of it together because it's not going to only take my eyes, but it's going to take the eyes of the trusted people in KJ's army. And I'm not talking about the trolls. I'm not talking about the fakes. We know we see you. You think that we don't see you, but we actually do see you. And you kind of tickle me in my comments every day. Keep making those sleek comments and I will continue to block you, please. And you will not have access to anything, which you shouldn't have access to anything because you've actually had access to everything longer than we have, and you have tried to gaslight us for 13 years and you're still deflecting for 13 years. So we care not to even have a conversation with you. I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about your insight. I don't care about what you're trying to send me. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. And I said what I said. So let's start out with the video that we have tonight, and then we'll get into some other things. But the biggest troll of them all, I believe, is Lay Touchin. Lee. Her name is Lee. See, I don't even like her. Can't stand her, to be honest. I don't like her. Because I don't understand why she feels the need to put her nose into this business, into KJ's business and the Johnson's business so much. Ma'am, stay out of this. Unless you're guilty of something. I'm just saying allegedly. I mean, I want to ask you a personal question, but you look like you the type to sue somebody. So I'll just speak subliminally. I can't say the word. Everybody knows that I can't. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Subliminal,
Subliminally. I
subliminal,
mess around and start speaking in tongues. Hold on.
subliminal.
I can't say it. Listen, y'all co-hosts, both of us got we either stutter. I know you can say it, but we either stutter or we got a speech impediment. It don't matter. We get it
Without,
across.
hey, without rap, that's gonna come out good.
I know, right? It really does. So guys, let's get right into it. Cause I'm sick of this heifer. And I said what I said.
Lee Touchton again,
Now what we
former
are
president of the Valdosta NAACP. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the Kendrick Johnson case, in particular, what set off the chain of events that led to extreme mistrust by the Johnson family toward local law enforcement.
let me
that handled
explain what you're listening to. This is Lee Touchton and fair use, YouTube, fair use. This is for educational purposes. And I'm teaching my audience about a statement that she's made. Basically, you're about to hear her try to convince us the reason why the Johnsons tried or began to greatly distrust the Lowndes County Sheriff Department. Basically, it's a whole gaslighting video. But you'll hear my commentary afterwards. So let's get back into it. I just want you to know that this is who you're listening to. You know, the one that's windmilling in the comments and have been windmilling in the comments for the last 13 years. Ma'am, you are meddling.
the investigation into Kendrick Johnson's death. Bill Watson was our coroner at the time in 2013. In Georgia, coroners do not have to have a medical degree or a scientific degree. They don't even have to be graduates from college.
So right now she's going to start out by trying to discredit the coroner, Bill Watson. She's going to downplay his position like she didn't vote for him. You know, a coroner is a voted in position in in Valdosta. So now, because you guys need an scapegoat for the alleged cover up. Now you want to downplay that the coroner doesn't have to have a degree, no college degree. He doesn't even have to have a high school diploma. Cut it out.
We are not like other states where a coroner is also a medical examiner. The coroners here simply take custody of the body and preserve the chain of custody. They feel the femoral artery. They declare that is a dead body. They put the body in a body bag. They use special zip ties. And they are the ones who preserve the chain of custody because the body is physical evidence.
So my question to Lee Touchton is, why didn't y'all allow him to preserve the body when you found Kendrick Johnson deceased? Because the witness statements state, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep cutting it off, but the witness statement says that as soon as they, pulled the mat, wherever it was, they say vertical, whatever, we'll just go with that for now, down, that they smelled the smell of decomposition. So why a paramedic was called, I don't know. You know what I mean? Why was he called hours upon hours, 6 hours later, approximately? You're not going to gaslight us, Lee. You're not going to gaslight us. I hate that you got half my name, to be honest with you.
Now, let me explain why Bill Watson and Sheriff Chris Prine had such a contentious relationship. Bill Watson had also been involved in the death of James Eunice, who drowned in Ocean Pond. He was also another young person in Lowndes County. His body was not found for 2 weeks. He drowned. We know he drowned because his friend was out there with him, and the skiff was found, and James Eunice was not found.
Okay, so I don't understand what this has to do with Kendrick Johnson. He didn't drown. You're trying to gaslight us, and I know where you're taking it because I've heard the interview before. But I want you guys to pay special attention how these people work. They try to direct and stir a narrative. So she's coming with us with a reason. I don't know how she has the reason. Was she there? No. Of trying to explain why Chris Prine did not call the coroner right away. Just listen closely. Gaslighting at its finest. Deflecting as well.
So the team searched the pond for 2 weeks until they finally found him. The sheriff insisted that the coroner remain at the scene. He was there for 2 weeks waiting for the body to be found. And the reason for that was because the sheriff wanted the coroner on scene because there were allegations or questions that there might have been foul play, and he wanted the coroner there immediately to take custody of the body. Well, Bill Watson sitting around for 2 weeks didn't make him happy. Okay, so there's that going on between the coroner and the sheriff. When KJ was found, obviously there was no missing body. His body was there. So it wasn't like the coroner had to witness the discovery of the body. And he couldn't have anyway, because the body was discovered in the gymnasium by a group of kids who were having class and a coach who was giving them a test, and some kids had climbed up on the vertical mat and they saw KJ's feet sticking up. When they saw the feet sticking up, they called the coach. The coach came over. The coach got other students involved. They pulled the mats down. KJ's body shot forward about 3
I got my
feet
hand
from
up.
the end
I got
of
my hand up, guys. I'm being respectful. My hand is up lay. Who gave you your script? Who wrote your script, ma'am? Because you're clearly reading verbatim to try to stay in line with every other alleged lie that's out there, every other narrative that's out there. Who wrote your script? We don't believe none of that no more. I mean, I didn't believe it ever, and I'm pretty sure none of us really have ever believed it except the trolls in the background, right? You're reading, but you guys should have read and had a script a long time ago. How about the day of? Because y'all allegedly knew the night before. Is what I'm thinking. Maybe the paperwork wouldn't be diabolical. It wouldn't be, the coroner wouldn't say that he was there January the 10th, just like 911 was called on January 10th and then he said, oops, I mean January the 11th. And then he wouldn't have said the crime scene was contaminated and looks, what do you say, contaminated and compromised. He wouldn't have said none of that. You're trying to explain all this away. Why is he not trying to explain it all away? Did he hire you to represent him? Because to me, you're trying to tell his story, right? The story and relationship tensions that you are trying to convince the public that allegedly existed between Chris Prime and Bill Watson, but the FBI file is clear. Chris Prime did not like Bill Watson, and Bill Watson did not like Chris Prime. But that had nothing to do with why they didn't call him for 6 hours. I cannot with her. I can barely get through this interview. I'm trying my best to get through this.
Mat that his body was in. So of course the body had been moved. Now the coroner got out in public and he said the body had been moved, the scene had been compromised, and there was no cooperation from law enforcement. Well, he's right on two things. The body was moved because they thought they were rescuing a student who might need resuscitation, and the scene was compromised
right
because
there.
For the previous day.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the narrative report, because that's not what Coach Pipelo said, and that's not what the witnesses said.
Right.
When they pulled the mat down, they knew he was dead right away.
Yep.
So your narrative is not it's not fitting the incident report. How do they know? The smell.
Exactly.
The smell. That's how they knew, and he wasn't moving. So there was no reason to call 911 and say cardiac arrest. And we don't have that call, honestly, because honestly, in my opinion, which is my channel, and I can voice my opinion, I'm not stating it as a fact, but I'm saying that I believe, allegedly, that the 911 call came on January the 10th. Okay, because
I wonder, can we get that?
I'm trying. They trying to say.
Now, if that can get, man, that will blow this thing to smithereens, bro.
I'm definitely trying. Y'all know I'm trying everything to get all the paperwork I can get. So y'all just pray for the whole just pray for the whole army, because I keep saying I can't do this by myself. You know, there's Erica, there's Jay, there's the Johnsons, of course, who the leaders of this. All of us have to do this. You know, I'm desperately trying to get that call. Those calls, 10th and 11th. I am. So I have a records request in. They denied it at first. I'm appealing it. You know, we'll something's gonna have to shake because this has got to end, and we already know that it's going to end. We already know that it's already done. We already know that the gig is up, all of it, and that's why Miss Lee Touchton, who's how old is she? About 75 years old, is windmilling in the You are not no spring chicken, and neither is Auntie. And I'm not going to windmill in the comments with you or nobody else. I'm just going to block you, ma'am. That's it, because our focus is not on windmilling or arguing with you guys. Our focus is on Kendrick Johnson, and you're trying to take the focus off of him, and we're not gonna let him. But I wanted you to hear where did she come from? She was the president at one point of the NAACP, so I guess that she thought that just because she was in the NAACP or whatever, it's not W's in NAACP. There you go, guys. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. That she can kind of gaslight the African American community, and she did for a long time. A lot of people fell for it. A long time. They still don't want the truth out. That's why they're fighting so hard. You will find her over on the Word of Mouth. What is that? Valdosta Word of Mouth, Lowndes County, Georgia group right now, arguing in the comments with us at her big old age. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You will. All right, let's go.
And during that class period, there had been kids all throughout the gym. So there's no way that you could preserve a death scene before the discovery of a body. And a lot has been made about, they didn't wear booties and et cetera, et cetera. It would not have mattered because there were so many people all over the death scene. Okay, so Bill Watson goes public with his complaints and a scathing.
Can I just stop right there real quick? She says something that just doesn't make sense to me, because how do you know? Are you an investigator? Are you a criminal investigator? How do you know that it wouldn't have made a difference if they would have secured the crime scene the way that they're supposed to? Because everything that I read points towards they should have. Now, when the coroner got there, per the FBI report, this is what he's told the FBI, and I'm just stating what he said. That when he got there, 6 hours later, he walked in the gym, and there was children congregated in one corner, detectives congregated in the other. There were onlookers roaming the hallways. School was not even shut down. I cannot with this woman. I can't. And I hope you're watching. You should be.
And this causes the Kendrick Johnson family to have extreme mistrust about what law enforcement has been doing with their child. So the coroner should not have ever allowed the body bag to be opened, because a body is physical evidence and the chain of custody must be preserved. However, now that the family has been so upset about the way that the case is being handled, Sheriff Prine felt very pressured to allow them to come see Kendrick's body. So he allowed them to see the body. It shouldn't have happened, but he did. If KJ had been murdered, the defense attorney for the defendant would have claimed, and rightfully so, that potentially evidence could have been planted or tampered with, and
I'm sorry, but I have to say this one thing, because she just said something in contradiction to what Bill Watson said. He said that he wasn't the one that allowed them to go view the body. So now she's blaming him and claiming the body bag is contaminated. But then she's going to turn around and say, well, Chris Prine said they could. Ma'am, it doesn't matter. The body was contaminated when he sat out there for hours upon hours without being attended to by the coroner. Y'all left him out there allegedly staging the crime scene. Stop. I mean, onlookers were there. Why would you guys do that? Are you kidding me? Like, the crime, the photograph people and the video people did his body first, and you could have called the coroner, he would have been gone, and they could have finished up the crime scene. No, y'all left him laying there in that mat while onlookers like it was the 1800s and y'all was hanging us from a tree. Period. Stick of it.
And by so doing, it might implicate falsely his defendant that he's representing. That's why you don't let the body bag be opened by anyone except medical and crime scene and law enforcement personnel. But in this case, the sheriff allowed the family to see the body. Okay, so if you want to know why everybody in the Johnson family was so upset, you need look no further than Bill Watson slamming the handling of the Kendrick Johnson case. Now, an addendum to this is that later on, when the Johnsons sued everyone, Bill Watson wrote an affidavit that was entered into the record. And in it, he says that he agrees with the conclusions of the GBI medical examiner, and he agrees that the cause of death for Kendrick Johnson was in fact positional asphyxia, and he did not see anything in his review of the case to indicate that there was foul play. So there you have it. Make of it what you will.
KJ's Army. Let's slow this down and walk through the record step by step, because what's being said publicly and what's documented are not the same. In a recent explanation, Lee Touchton suggests that the Johnson family's distrust of law enforcement stems from the coroner, Bill Watson. But when we examine the actual documents, the concern doesn't begin with the coroner. It begins before he even arrives on the scene. According to the official coroner's death investigation report, Bill Watson states that he was not notified of Kendrick Johnson's death until 15:45 hours, that's 3:45 p.m. He further documents that he was not called by investigating officers prior to that time. So the first question becomes unavoidable. If a 17-year-old child was found deceased inside a school gym, why was the coroner not notified immediately? Because by the time the coroner arrives, the scene should already be secured, documented, and preserved. But that's not what the record reflects. In a later report, the coroner states that when he arrived, the scene had already been compromised. He documents that there was a lack of cooperation from law enforcement. He further states that the integrity of the evidence was compromised, including the opening of a sealed evidence bag after the fact. And then he makes it clear he did not approve of how this case was handled. So now we have to pause, because if the coroner is documenting that the scene was compromised, that evidence integrity was breached, and that cooperation was lacking, then the issue cannot be reduced to one individual. The issue becomes, what happened before he got there? Who had control of the scene? Who made the decisions about evidence handling? And why does the documentation reflect a breakdown in standard investigative procedure? But the concerns don't stop at the scene, they continue after the autopsy. In an official letter written by Coroner Bill Watson, he confirms a conversation involving Antonio Harrington of Harrington Funeral Home and Rodney Bryan, a death investigator with the state of Georgia. In that letter, Watson states that Kendrick Johnson's internal organs, the viscera, were not returned with the body. He states that they were disposed of due to decomposition, and he attributes that information to Rodney Bryan, who was present at the autopsy. Now we have another layer, because that raises new questions. Where is the formal documentation confirming that decision? Who made the final determination to dispose of those organs? Why were they not preserved or returned with the body? And why is this explanation appearing in a letter instead of being clearly documented within the official autopsy record itself? Because these are not minor details. These are critical components of a death investigation. So, when we hear explanations that attempt to place the Johnson family's distrust on one individual, we have to look at the full record. We have a delayed notification. We have a documented compromised scene. We have concerns about evidence integrity. And we have unanswered questions about post-autopsy handling. That is not one issue. That is a pattern. And people don't lose trust because of a single moment. They lose trust when the documentation itself raises more questions than answers. This is not about assigning blame. This is about accountability. This is about consistency. It is about ensuring the record is clear. And this is about ensuring that every step, from the scene to the autopsy to the handling of evidence, is fully explained and supported by the record. Because until that happens, Lee, the questions will remain, and the call will remain the same. So please stop making poor attempts to gaslight KJ's army, because we will not stop until justice is served. Let the evidence speak. Justice for Kendrick Johnson is coming, and there is nothing you can do about it.
And that's it, y'all. That's it for that. I said what I said. Justice for Kendrick Johnson is coming, and there's nothing nobody can do about it because it's in God's hands now. And I believe, and I know a great vast of you, and I might have said the wrong word, but you guys understand what I'm saying, believe as well. And it wasn't a single incident that they never. I don't believe they ever trusted you guys. Since the very moment she found out, and you guys would not allow them or even tell them, and you deemed it an accident, there was no trust. Then everything happened after that, and it still is no trust, and never will be any trust. There will be no justice. I mean, there will be no peace if there is no justice for Kendrick Johnson. But we do know that justice is coming.
Auntie,
Yes,
I want to read something real quick.
let's go.
Okay. Turn the music down just a little bit.
There you go.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it say I just googled something.
Mm-hmm.
It say yes under the Georgia Death Investigation Act, OCGA 451624 is the code.
Mm-hmm.
It is against the law for authorities not to immediately notify the coroner or county medical examiner upon discovery of a death that is unattended by physician, violent, suspicious, or unexpected.
Right.
Failure to notify them violates mandatory reporting requirements for suspicious or unusual deaths. So, with that being said, that alone right there is a guaranteed lawsuit. Just with the paperwork showing that the coroner wasn't contacted until 6 hours later.
I agree.
I did not know that was an actual law.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not from the state of Georgia.
Yeah,
But
I googled it for the state of Georgia, and that's what it says.
so so what happened there? You know, all I can say is you have allegedly there's a lot of people in high places allegedly, and we know that because allegedly one of the boys' dads were an FBI agent, and it's just blocks after block after block for no reason, man. It's like just like Miss Johnson said, she entered into panic mode January the 10th when her son didn't come home. And it is March the 20th, 2026. And she's still in panic mode, fight mode, because her son didn't come home. It's crazy work. It's diabolical. It's evil. I don't even know how to explain it. And what are we saying in the comments? Hold on a second, guys.
You talking to me, Gabriel? To send that to you? Someone just told me to search that. I just searched it for the state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the code you can look in you can actually look in the law book and it got that code, and what I had explained, it says that up under that code. So that's a guaranteed lawsuit.
Yeah.
If it's in the paperwork that the coroner wasn't called until 6 hours later, that alone is a lawsuit right there. And that's a guaranteed win because it's in the paperwork.
Right. So we have to ask ourselves, what's stopping that progress?
You cannot stop that. So that's why I just text Miss Jackie. I'm gonna talk to her about that. I'm about to Google some other stuff. Long as we got that paperwork, you cannot You cannot throw out that paperwork that
100.
says the evidence is right here. Whatever
100.
whatever I'm bringing to you in court and saying, oh, you cannot do this. This is against the law. Code, boom, 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 boom. You got to hit them in the exact same way they come at us.
Right.
Because
And
if we in court, in the court of law, any black man in the court of law, they're going to hit you with them codes because guess what? A lot of people don't know the law.
right.
You go in there and hit them with their own codes. You cannot do this. This paperwork says this. This is against the law. Code, this and this and this and this. Kill them.
Right. And we just witnessed that, didn't we, with the other lawsuit? The judge dismissed the lawsuit just off of technicalities. She wasn't trying to really find a way to push it forward. She was literally looking for a technicality to dismiss it on, why she admitted that she's concerned about inconsistencies in the paperwork, like we are. You chose code over morals.
That's why I talk to her. I say you gotta be to a T with these folks. They already don't want you. They don't want KJ and KJ Army to win nothing.
Right.
So any discretion, they is gonna nip. They go nip it in the bud and pick that little mistake and throw it out completely. So we gotta be precise with this. That what I just said is precision. You cannot go against that.
Come on now. I think you preaching tonight, nephew. I think you are, sir. You talking about you had a feeling. Okay, it's some spirit then, No. I was going to say God's spirit, but it's some spirit. But you ain't about to put his spirit in no cup, bruh. No.
This is communion. We got the bread and wine.
Blasphemy. No, I'm just joking. You gotta have, you gotta have fun sometime. But no, real talk, nephew. You just said a lot of real ish. You feel me? You know that because we see it every day. And like I said, we just saw this happen in court. And you are so right. But I want y'all to know tonight that nephew brought this heat. Not only is he on fire with the commentary, he done pulled out the laws on us. But he brought that heat in the booth. He wrote a song for Miss Jackie. And this song is amazing. And I want to play that for you guys tonight. I just put together a little visual. But it's for Miss Jackie. But this is Jay. This is not an AI song. That's what Auntie do. Jay got in the booth yesterday, which is why he was half missing. And how many takes did it take you to put it down? The track down.
I'm gonna explain my method when I'm in the studio.
Okay.
I'm one of the few people, like, when I go into a studio and the engineer, it could be someone even new. They be so amazed about how I record because a lot of people have to stop, pause, punch in. I go through a whole song. Press record, I'll go through the whole song without messing up.
Praise the Lord.
Like my studio time, like it might be like an hour. I've been recording a whole song in like 10 minutes, maybe.
That's talent.
So that's why sometimes I write like 5 or 6 songs when I go because I'm able to go through the whole song. I might miss it one time, but like, hey, you know what? Start it all the way over. Instead of punching in, start it all the way over. I go all the way through it.
That's all right now. That's real talent. So let us hear this heat that he put together for Miss Jackie, y'all.
One more thing.
Oh Lord, hold on. Let's get back up there. He want us back up there.
I want to explain something about this song.
Okay.
A lot of people is gonna catch on to what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got Kendrick Johnson songs and stuff like that. I made a Kendrick Johnson song a long time ago, which I was showing people that I was really involved with KJ.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have no copyright for nothing. So I just did it for the heck of it. I didn't earn no money or nothing. But this particular song, I put money behind it.
All right now.
So but the concept of this song is called I Am Jackie Johnson.
Amen.
It's me being in a perspective
Mm-hmm.
of Miss Jackie Johnson.
Yep.
I'm talking as if I'm her.
Yes.
So when y'all hear this song, guess what it is? You're gonna catch on to what I'm doing, but I hope y'all enjoy.
We shall enjoy. Let's go, guys. Let me turn it up. Hold on. Let me hit play first because you know Auntie a little slow.
My body get hot when I listen to
That's all good, man.
it.
It's a dope song. I swear to God, it's dope. I love it. I love it, everybody. That was just pure talent right there. Pure talent. Period. Point blank. Nothing else to it. Pure talent. Shout out to Jay for writing that song for Miss Jackie. Thank you so much. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Drop your questions. Oh yeah, most definitely fire. Yes, I'm trying to go all the way up to where. All right. Yes, I hear you, Jay. A mother song. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh my God, I love it. You're amazing. Yes, well done, Jay. Prayer hands, claps, applause. Theo said, awesome nine. Teresa said, I've got tears. Amazing. So powerful. Justice says, this song bangs. It does. Love that song, bro, says Murphy. Darlene is crying. And Sharon, it says, bless your heart. And then there's hearts in the comments. Everybody's showing so much love. Yes, it's very powerful. Somebody said it's fire. Ziasia and Big Eda loves the song, and Lee Hop is very emotional, and Tina Jones is justice for KJ. Absolutely, hallelujah. And yes, Ladesha, I think said amazing. And then Gabriella said, yeah, I love it. That's hard. Nice. Thank you all for all the comments. He's very talented. Very, very, very talented. So tonight, like I said, do you guys want to go over that video that I posted? Did everybody see that little clip that I posted of what I believe is the body discovery and kind of talk about it? Let's see if I can pull. No, I didn't even upload it. I'm gonna have to pull it up on Facebook. Jesus, Lord, y'all know I work during the day. I do my best. Let me see if I can find it. And then all this weekend, of course, I will be working on trying to pull more, well, shorten the clips so that we can actually look at them, you know. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the clip because it's people who have some interesting things to say about that clip, and I want to hear your opinion on it because we all are seeing some different things, honestly. Let me see. Stop it. Didn't nobody tell you to start already? And let me go ahead and stop the music and cue up the screen. Share. So, hold on one second, guys. You know, Auntie's a little slow. Just a little bit. Not all the way slow, though.
Could this be Kendrick Johnson's body discovery? Is this Cameron Farmer, Lori, or Lena Taylor?
I'm going to stop it right here real quick. Do you see in the top right corner of the screen by the yellow mats that are standing up vertical? Then you see a burgundy mat that's laying down. It's very blurry, but that's what it is. That's one of those other burgundy mats that we see laying horizontal in the gym. The lady in black is sitting on the bleachers right behind the mat, nowhere near the yellow mats. It doesn't look like that she was even thinking about going to those mats. And honestly, I watched and I haven't watched it all. Maybe it's going to be at the end. It's like 2 hours and 39 minutes of this scene by itself. And I'm just looking at it and looking at it. And of course, I don't want to take my eyes off of it because I'm trying to figure out, is this lady going to get up and go to the mat and climb on top of the mats like they said? But they said two sisters did it. They said two of them did it, but I only see one over there so far. Now, it's kind of some confusion of who it was. You have the narrative report that says that it was the sisters, the Wes Taylor's, the superintendent of Lowndes High School, well, Lowndes County Schools, I guess, daughters, Lori and Lena Taylor, and then you have that Cameron former girl who actually is the same lady who has that tweet that says we found a deceased body in the gym, and there's a debate on which coast that did she send it at 10 something 7:30. I don't believe none of it. You know what I mean? I don't know actually what. I just know I'm not going to take things at face value when I know how cunning and slick and they are, and that somebody was an FBI agent, so they really know how to allegedly create things and manipulate things, if you will. Hell, allegedly they manipulated the camera footage. I mean, it's jumping all over the place. We seen her. She was walking across the gym and then she disappeared. Did y'all see where she just disappeared? And the next thing you seen her, she was sitting on a bench. Did you guys see that? I mean, come on. There was kids playing basketball in the gym, so you cannot tell me that your cameras were solely based on motion detecting when the motion never stopped. Does that even make sense? Like, right, she's walking actively. Shh, listen here, Jeffrey Holton. Let me see. Nobody's nobody said that he was threatening nobody. He's a troll, and I've never seen you before, Jeffrey Holton. Somebody go check him out. I've never seen you before because you're over here interrupting this right now, and I don't really appreciate it. I don't know if you're a friend or foe, but you know what? I don't mean to be rude, but Auntie don't trust nobody. I don't. Because why did you just bring that up? We are discussing something. So now I
Well,
have to. Jeffrey Holton. I don't
well,
trust nothing that I see or hear.
who is this Ryan Bell fellow who been threatening people? I have had several occasions for posting about major threats by Ryan Bell. Is he one of the murderers or related to the murderers? He could be a cousin or relative.
Yeah, sir. I don't know who you
I
are, sir.
that's it. I feel like somebody just bull. I believe it's somebody
Hmm.
that's involved, and I think they're just doing that just to be
Yeah.
petty.
And now he done blocked the page now. See, that's what they doing. Goodbye, sir. Anyway, back to what we were saying. She's walking across the gym, and then all of a sudden she disappears. Did you guys see that? Do I have any moderator? But he was on Facebook. I'm the only one that's able to take care of it. But of course, he jumped out of the comments. He jumped out the live. Let me make sure that I can't find him. But did you all see that in the video where she was walking and then all of a sudden she just disappeared? Does that even make sense that she just disappears mid-frame and then ends up on the bench all blurred out and just sitting there, and I'm looking at and staring at it for hours trying to see if she's going to climb on the bench, and then you see somebody in a light blue shirt just continue going over there,
Right.
and it's several people coming in and out of the door, over there by the mats. You seen that too? You seen that? So I would like for them to explain how you say that your cameras are motion detected, but she just disappears mid-screen, and there's people playing basketball, and she's still walking. I need them to, to explain it. They can't explain it though. They're not gonna be able to explain that. But one day you're gonna have to, because we already know that allegedly the video footage was edited. People just don't disappear out of frame and end up in their destination,
Right, Lee Hawk.
right? I don't believe they do. What about you guys? Anybody got any questions? It's like someone is using the name as a subliminal message, a veiled way to reveal. Yes, they are. And they're a troll. And honestly, the biggest troll on the internet right now that's combating in the open is Lee. I mean, I believe they have a whole team doing this
They
because
do.
they did it years ago.
I believe they got bots too.
And they think that they're going to be able to do it again, but we're not scared.
I ain't on. Did Miss Jackie tell you about that the video footage when she first got it?
Mm-mm.
How it was so terribly edited that they had one person half of their body was on another.
What?
It was all distorted. Like one person's body was on somebody else's body. Like it was so bad. Like
It's just crazy. And how are they able to get away with that?
I just don't understand, bro. I don't
Somebody has
understand.
got to be able to stand up to these people and take over. And that's why it's so important to the share everything. Share everything in the petition as well.
Don't say so. There's no way to get the original footage. Look like it has to be saved somewhere at a higher area. I could be wrong.
The last thing I knew, the original footage, dang, and I don't have it in my mind. It's like at the Attorney General's office or something like that. The original is. That's now don't now do me a favor.
Don't quote
I
me.
can't quote that as fact because Auntie's trying to go off the top of her 51-year-old dome, but I do know that it's in somebody's legal office. Just put it that way. And I believe it said the Attorney General's office has it under custody. That's what I believe. I can't state that as a fact.
Cause I know it had to been temper written 1,000 times before it done came to us.
Yeah, yeah, yep, it has. And I can't necessarily say that I have all of it right now. I just know I have a lot of it to go through. You know what I'm saying? But is it all of it? You know good and well them folk ain't gonna.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But
I doubt.
somebody's gonna. Go ahead. I'm
I,
sorry.
I, I doubt that it's all the original.
Right.
And
It's
with that,
ridiculous too.
Lee Hopper, you're right. We need the original. But
Yeah.
the original will bust this case wide help open. It will
Right.
it'll bust it wide open. So
But
me personally, it would have to take someone higher upper to not care about nothing but getting the truth out
right.
for us to get our hands on the original footage
I
with
agree.
no deletes, no nothing. Like the
No
just straight
edits.
original.
Right. No edits or nothing.
No
I
redacting,
agree.
all that.
I agree. And that is what we need. And that's what we're going to believe God for, that God is raising up a judge. He's already did it. I'm gonna speak in the present, I'm gonna go ahead and just praise him right now for it because they've been praying for 13 years. Now it's time. That's what I believe, right? That's just what I believe in my heart and I feel it in my spirit. I'm not the only one either. I'm pretty sure other people can sense that we, because we're all are one with them, because the Bible says wherever two or three are gathered in his name, that he would be there in the midst. And that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what the word says. Some do, some don't. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. It's only going to be God that breaks this case open because they've literally blocked every other way. So it's going to take him, and we are trusting and believing that it is already done. Basically, and that's that. Okay.
Real Talk Radio LLC. What in the
Hey,
world? What What you talking about?
Ooh, real talk. Yo, why was I kidnapped by police for 3 days in front of my children and grandchildren? He's a, I think he's a real supporter. Actually, I've seen him
I'm trying
more
to see
than once.
I'm trying to
What
figure out
can you
what that is.
explain? Tell us your story. You want to come up here or tell us a little bit more about your situation? What do you mean you were kidnapped by the police for 3 days in front of your children and grandchildren? That's serious right there.
Drop the link down.
If he wants to come up now, you don't have to show your face, but we would like to hear your story so you can tell us a little bit more about. You can't just put that in the comments and leave us hanging, especially when we're talking about something as serious as corruption in law enforcement across, actually it's right now we're talking about Georgia, but really it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Auntie Lil put the link down. Just all you gotta do is click it and come on the board, bro.
Let's see, but what channel is he on? If he's
Let me
on,
see.
is he on,
Let me see what it
is
was
he on
on.
Facebook or YouTube?
He on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, you can hit the link then if you want to tell us what you were talking about. That would be great.
One of the students said they had a police scanner as well, but they removed it after the death of KJ. I do not know if that is significant or true.
They had a police scanner at the school.
That's what I'm trying. I wonder.
I think that's kind of normal because they're listening for any surrounding emergency so they can shut the school down. But why they remove it afterwards is suspect. That's suspect. You feel me? Why would they remove that? That's a safety measure.
Lee Hop, you funny.
What she
It's
say?
okay. It's okay. You put it in count.
Kendrick and his army is getting justice in the mighty name of Jesus. God, it is written and said, and I agree. Amen. I don't care about you. I don't care about all caps, Lee
It's
Hop.
okay.
That's not my rule, girl. That's not my rule whatsoever. That's only a rule when I moderate for other channels. But that's not Auntie Leah's rule. You can scream, shout, cry, fight. I don't care.
So
Block.
the police scanner was in the school.
I wonder what security company was the school using at that time. I'm pretty sure it's buried somewhere in this file I have. I just haven't gotten to it. I'm slowly getting through it day by day. I'm slowly speaking on things that I find that I believe that are significant and I am skipping over stupid stuff because of course they got their little stuff in there where they want to gaslight the public with like they've been doing or keep us asleep, basically keep us asleep, the community sleep. I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about the entire community who thinks that only one side of the community was involved when we clearly see with video evidence that, and with wrestling statements as well, that both communities, African American and Caucasian folk, were involved in this situation allegedly. So listen, guys, you guys want to listen to some you want to watch go through some crime scene photos and play detective? What do you guys want to do? Because I don't have any more of the footage ready or cut up small enough to where I can upload it through StreamYard so that we can review it together. But we never did get through all of the crime scene videos. I can tell you that I did find the source of you guys. Who remembers the anonymous email? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember the anonymous email. All right, we got a vote for Keisha. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not remember the anonymous email that was leaked, that was sent to the school, and they so-called, how I believe they do paperwork, went out and I got the narrative report, and I don't really want to pull it up to read it verbatim because it's not redacted. It has the students' names on there. And what's ironic is one of those students was in my inbox. And when I asked that person, are you the person that wrote this email? She never said nothing else to me again. And I don't want to leak her name just in case she wants to say something to me. She could be watching right now. So that's why I won't pull it up. But she was in my email giving me information about the case. And then I got the unredacted narrative report, and I see her name that she was the student, and there were several other students. They really go out and question them as this the narrative report appears to look like? I don't think so, because the very last entry is the girl that actually told this young lady said, "I don't talk to Taylor Eakin. I've never talked to her," and that was the end of the investigation. So, do you think that Lowndes County went to talk to these 2 or 3 witnesses to get statements, or was it an intimidation or warning tactic that we have seen allegedly a pattern of? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that they really did try to investigate it. Put 2 in the chat if you think, okay, first of all, let me change the numbers because we got other numbers for footage and stuff. But put a 3 in the chat if you think that they really investigated it. Put a 4 in the chat if the visits were to maybe warn, because they all start saying, well, I just heard somebody else say it. Well, I just heard somebody else say it. But that's not what you said in the email. You said in the email that your friend told your best friend, or Taylor told your best friend, or whatever. But when the report gets done, it's like 4 or 5 people involved. And at the very last person says, well, I haven't talked to Taylor. Okay. Okay, I don't believe that either, Lowndes County. Just like I don't believe the wrestling team at all. At all. Everything sounds so scripted, like copy and pasted. Everybody's scared to really tell the truth, and they want to take their hands off of it because the student probably thought that she sent it anonymously. She wanted y'all to really try to do something about that. Instead of that, y'all investigating her email. Why didn't y'all investigate the claim in the email? No, you didn't want to investigate the claim that's in the email. You wanted to discredit it, the person and the people that sent it. Just same thing, same pattern with Chauncey Dalton. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Ryan Domek Hernandez and some other people that are in the paperwork that I'm going to pull out. Aaliyah Griffith. Why did y'all investigate their claims? No, you were dead set on discrediting every piece of evidence that came forth and every witness that opened up their mouths. Why? Okay, guys. So that's what happened, in my opinion. They went through the act, the same act of the body discovery, allegedly, that act, allegedly, when they forgot to follow the law. Everybody forgot the law that day and didn't call Bill Watson, right away like they should. Everybody forgot and just brushed it off. Oh, well, I thought you did it. Well, I thought you did it. No. So let's get into the crime scene. Let's see who's on the crime scene. All right. Let's have a conversation, guys. Can you see the photos? Can you all see the photos? I hope so. So this right here, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. This looks like a Lowndes County deputy right here. That's a Lowndes County, because that's a sheriff uniform. So he's outside of the gym. That I do know. And as you guys can see, there are cameras. But which way are the cameras pointing, up or down? I think they're pointing down.
That's what I'm looking at.
Huh?
So that's what I'm looking at.
Y'all, what? Can anybody tell me which way it's like they...
We'll probably have to screenshot and zoom in on that.
I screenshotting. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're pointing up or down. I think they're pointing down. It's the door. It's a door over to the right. And I guess this sheriff is supposed to be texting and guarding the door, I guess. He texting and guarding. I didn't know that you can text and guard. Did y'all know that sheriff deputies text and guard at the same time?
It's really hard to say because it seems like the other one is pointing up, the one on the left side, but
Right.
I might be mistaken. I'm zoomed in as much as possible, but it's hard to say.
I got you, nephew. I got you. We got y'all. I probably got a picture of this camera somewhere. Hold on, cause
Mm,
I be snipping stuff. But let's go to the next photo. Yep. So the deputy's over to the left, and that's a door. That's an entryway to the old gym, is what I was told. But where's the yellow tape? Yeah, I think the yellow tape. I don't know if that's the old gym or not. I don't want to lie. That's one thing I can't do. I don't have a school um, layout. I actually have no idea because the yellow tape is over there. But I do believe it stretches all the way around, but I don't want to go off memory, so let's just wait till we get to the picture before the trolls lie and make a big deal of me calling a window a door or a door a window. Okay?
right.
All
Hmm.
right. Because you know they tried it with that blue book, okay? And still trying it. I had to block them. I'm like, I ain't got time for this blue book. If y'all don't find something substantial. All right, so we are back outside the school, farther out. Why are these pictures out of order like this? Oh, is at the end? No, I'm trying to blow this up. So there's the Lowndes County Sheriff. There's one, it looked like he on his phone. How y'all guarding and looking out? You on your phone and the other one's texting. All kind of people could be hiding stuff, and you on your phone and the other one's texting.
Because they didn't take the crime they didn't take the crime scene serious anyway. They didn't take nothing serious anyway.
Can you guys believe this? One deputy's on his phone texting, and this black deputy is on his phone, literally talking while they're supposed to be outside securing the perimeters, watching the perimeters to see if somebody's sneaking out. Jesus. Disrespectful, and then you have to be this color. Yeah, cover up. Anyway, let's keep going before Auntie get a lawsuit against her. I ain't trying to. All right. So, sir, anyway, we're not even going to spend that much time on y'all. But look, but wait. Is that an ambulance over here? What is that? No, that's is that a trailer? Maybe a trailer, guys. I don't know. I can't see it that well. Maybe we'll see it in a different picture. I think that's something that a truck pulls, though. Maybe. Can't see it that well. I can't really say what it is. This white box truck. It looked like it could be the back of an ambulance. I am not 100% sure. And I will not tell a lie. But we have unmarked vehicles. This is the GBI. The GBI is at the school. The unmarked dark SUVs allegedly, I can't quote it as fact because I looked it up a while ago. I looked up their uniforms and their vehicles, and the GBI is also at the school. You have, I think that we saw this. Did we go over this window last time? I think we did. That's where the broken window was. And later on, you'll see allegedly people that appears to be Brian, maybe Moody, Clay Griffiths, Ryan Hall, maybe. Auntie can't say it is as a fact. But it looks like it to me. So I can say appears to be. And so there's the crimes. I don't understand why the whole school wasn't treated as a crime. But we know that. And what's so significant about this side of the building that you keep taking? I tell you what's so significant about it. That window. That y'all didn't do anything about. Because we got a lot of photos on this side of the building. More than we got on any other side of the building. Somebody's, oh, hey, real talk. How are you? Can you hear?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Salute. Welcome to the panel.
Welcome to the panel.
Yo, live on the set. I'm your host, Brother Jeremiah with Real Talk Radio LLC, and I'll talk is always real. Great to meet you guys as well.
Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. I'm trying to get us all even. We all even. So tell us about the shenanigans that you had going on.
All right, so, first and foremost, hashtag justice for Kendrick Johnson. I support you guys to the utmost. I've been actually looking into y'all case a little bit too. Doing my little investigation. I've been doing a little bit of discovering as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we're doing our part here in Chicago, Illinois. So I was out doing a silent protest over by the United States Coast Guard facility.
You kind of
Doing
sound muffled a little bit, brother. Can you kind of sound muffled a little bit? Is it your
okay, it
headpiece?
might be yeah, it might be my headpiece.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Go go ahead.
So again, I do also. I'll do a little. I did a little promotional piece for the Justice for Kendrick Johnson as well on some of my just
Mm-hmm.
one little industry podcast piece for you guys. So I
Mm-hmm.
do that as well.
Okay.
So
Appreciate that.
I, I was kidnapped in front of my children by 6 police officers.
Can you explain what do you mean kidnapped? Can you explain a little bit?
They arrested me, put me in a back of the paddy wagon, in
They
front of
arrested
my
you.
grandparents. Yeah.
Wow.
And that was,
So
yeah,
what led up to that arrest? If I may ask.
getting
I
out
ain't trying to
real,
be nosy.
getting out real information.
Okay.
Just like you guys want the real story on what happened
Gotcha.
to Kendrick Johnson, we
Mm-hmm.
want to know too.
Exactly.
So, we're up against media outlets that are out here that don't want that information to be told.
Right.
So, we want to be able to help you in ways where if we could get the information out to you guys without any discrepancy,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so that whatever messages you guys have to get out in order for people to know, it will definitely get out that way, and we can help you in that way as well.
Okay. Absolutely. So they put you in jail for 3 days, or did they hold you in your home for 3 days? I'm trying to understand.
They put me in, they put me in jail for 3 days. They let me off on a monitor. They let me off on a monitor to my court date. But what happened? What happened though? Their foolishness. They did not know that we are also law enforcement as well.
Okay. Explain that. How are you also law enforcement?
We're Korea certified. CALEA. Look that up real quick.
Say it. Well, I couldn't hardly hear it.
C
T is in what?
A
Tom?
L. No. C as in cat.
Okay.
A as in apple.
Mm-hmm.
L as in Larry.
Mm-hmm.
E as in Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
A as in apple.
Certified. Kalia certified.
That's correct.
Okay. So explain. You want me to? I looked it up.
So Korea certified is also law enforcement as well. So what we do is we do investigations on police officers and stuff in that nature as well because we're press and media. So we
Okay. So.
utilize our portion of the Korea certified as far as being able to audit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the police officers, FBI agents,
Gotcha.
people like Rich Bell.
Yep. Okay. I'm just going to
Okay.
read to the audience the actual the the definition of Kalia certified. It's commission or accreditation for law enforcement agencies. Is an independent body that accredits law enforcement agencies. When an agency is Kalia certified, it means they follow established professional standards. They are evaluated on policies, procedures, and accountability systems. They are expected to maintain Guys, transparency, Jesus. Fix my tongue, Lord. Documentation and best practices.
You're
Okay.
right. You're right, Auntie. You're right.
Now
They're
that
gonna
is wonderful. You said it correctly. So
I
right.
got two voices.
we
I got
we
Auntie Leah and I got a professional voice. I just don't know. Go ahead.
so we just wanted to share that with you guys real quick.
Okay.
I've always said that I would come and visit you guys one day, and today it came through. I've been
All right.
restricted on YouTube for over 106 trillion days.
That's not even possible,
I don't
but
know
I
if you
get the
know.
grit of it though. I do.
No,
106 trillion
it
days.
actually, yeah, I can actually send you the photo.
Oh,
But
I
anyway,
believe you.
you guys have
So before I let you go, I
go
just
ahead.
want to
I'm
ask
sorry.
you.
Go ahead.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you one quick question. What charge did they put on you that put you in, kidnapped you for 3 days, and you now have a ankle monitor? I'm just curious because this stuff is diabolical to me. They just come in scooping people
Yeah,
up.
it's crazy. They said that it's
Oh wow.
uh, resistance.
Resisting arrest. What, you get an ankle monitor for resisting? Okay, they playing
Yeah,
games. They playing games. Well, we're glad that you out. We are glad that you visited us. You are welcome. Anybody that's Team KJ is welcome. So we really appreciate your support and your people's support as well. So thank you very much for that. All right.
absolutely. And you guys, I appreciate you guys. Keep going. Keep doing what you guys are doing.
We will. We
Much
most definitely
love to
will.
the much love to the Johnson family and all their to the family, friends, loved ones, and everyone that supports the Johnson movement.
Absolutely. Justice for Kendrick Johnson. We are definitely KJ's army. We not stopping no matter what they hollering and screaming and kicking and scratching and everything. But we don't care about none of that.
Mhm.
None of that. They're ghosts to us at this point. I don't even see them. But
That's
let's get to
right.
this comment. Somebody said, "Have you guys heard?" Hold on, I'm gonna put you on mute so because you like kind of got an echo. Just hold on a second.
Yeah, that's why I said
Okay.
oh wow for.
Yep. Hold on a second. So, have you guys heard that several students took pictures of Kendrick Johnson before authorities arrived and sent them around to other students? I saw a screenshot of someone saying this on YouTube. Who was a student there in the past? Wow. I've never heard of that.
You know what?
Um,
I believe that though.
I believe it. I believe it, but I've never heard of it. That's my first time. Oh, I believe it. So I wonder what happened to those photos. Is my question. It's the question that I want to ask.
Shoot, I don't know. Like, no, that situation would be something that I feel like a person would hold on to that. Like just like I got pictures from 13, 15 years ago that I just held on to. That type of situation right there, it was so big. I feel like somebody still got that picture.
Right. I mean, I believe that somebody still got the original. I mean, there's always whistleblowers. Trust me, there is in any type of cover up. I mean, look at the Epstein files. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's never tight. It's always somebody that's going to take something and
Wonder
it's going.
Walker, Wonder Walker, send it to either Auntie Leah or you can send it to me.
Yep, either one, babe. Either one. Yes, please send it to either one of us. We'll get it. We'll get it out there and talk about it. We want to talk about it because we want to appeal to people that are now adults. They used to be children. They're now adults. Come forward. I mean, when God has taken over, um, that's let me see. When God has taken over the investigation and the evidence and stuff like that, basically, I mean, sorry, I got sidetracked with a comment. When he has taken over the investigation and he's exposing and he's bringing justice, there should be no fear. Everybody should be free to come. all I'm going to say is do not go to LHS and do not go to Valdosta, who has cried for 13 years saying that they ain't have nothing to do with the Kendrick Johnson investigation. But we read in the FBI report that Valdosta Police Department is the one who volunteered their city morgue, intercepted the body from going to the local funeral just to get it at their city morgue, just to allegedly not refrigerate him. And the evidence says he wasn't. Somebody get this dude, man. Get out of here. So anyway, let me take your comment down. Don't nobody care. But anyway, so who didn't even refrigerate Kendrick's body, by the way. And that's why he entered into advanced decomposition stage. Right? So, Valdosta Police, we keep saying that you have some explaining to do, sir. I mean, sir, ma'am, county, whatever, city. All of y'all do, by the way, have explaining to do. So, let's get back to...
Man, who this Jeffrey dude is, man? What?
I'm not even...
Who page he on?
He's on somebody's Facebook page. Either mine or yours.
I don't think he's on mine.
He may not, because yours is private. He's not on yours.
Yeah,
he has to be on mine.
He can just follow you. He can follow you and not be your friend.
Yes, because my page is public. Because I ain't scared of none of y'all white niggers.
Man,
and black niggers, and Spanish niggers. All niggers.
All that threatening. Come on, bro. You ain't gonna do a damn thing.
Nothing. And sorry, I'm not racist, guys, but I just call people, ignorant people, niggers. Because that's what they are. And you don't have to be a certain color to be a nigger. In my book. And Jeffrey Holton, whether you like it or not, you are the N-word tonight, sir.
He talking about some, y'all ain't gonna never get, he tag you and say, well, I guess, Gabriel, he might be following you because he says your name in here, I guess to try to tag you.
No, he's not. I don't know who's, it could be on somebody who shared it. He's on somebody's page. He's not on my page.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whose page he's on. He could be on his own page, actually. He's just in the live. The live is public. The live is public. So
I'm gonna let this be known. In that KJ Army, if y'all feel like anything gonna happen, just inbox me.
No,
let me know where your location at. It'll inbox me.
Here's what I know. Okay, you should know this.
Y'all already know. I know they just are talking outside.
Yeah. If you're gonna slide for real, you're not gonna say nothing about it.
Right.
These people on keyboard warriors, cyber thugs, or whatever you know, they're not gonna do nothing. He's in here to distract and deflect. Right? That's it. And I don't want to give him no more of my attention. You do wait. I'm gonna find somebody find this page and please email it to me or inbox it to me. Somebody look him up. Thank you. That's why I had to do that last night. So we are back to the photos and we're no longer paying no attention to him. Okay? So let's get back to it. I was trying to figure out why is this picture, this side of the building so significant. I know, and I believe that the photograph person who took the photograph knew or knows it's because that broken window was there. But what I don't get is why they didn't do more investigation in that window. Why they didn't do any more testing on that window. Right? It's weird to me. And don't forget about that pile of dirt, guys. We are looking for a pile of dirt where dirt, can be found. And I had a source told me there was a canning plant over there by the field house where the weight training class was held. And they sent me a picture, and I believe that picture is in this photo as well. I am looking. He called it a canning plant. And they That plant had dirt because it has a greenhouse where they plant vegetables and things like that. And remember in the FBI report, the first thing I put out that caught my attention when I first got the report was this pile of dirt that the janitor said that he found odd because they had cleaned the gym, and then the wrestling team was there at 5:30 to wrestle, you know, to do some practicing, even though they were supposed to be at a trip in Macon. And then the color guard came and put a tarp down and they practiced. And then when they came in to turn off the lights in the gym, there was this odd pile of dirt over there by the mats. I believe, don't quote me, I believe it says that by the mats. I'll go back. I will not say that's as fact. Okay. I'll have to go back and look at it, which I can probably pull it up right now. And I will, just so won't nobody lie. Okay. And he went and got another janitor and started questioning that janitor, like, where did this dirt come from? And then she came to the gym, or he, because their names are redacted. And then they cleaned up, it's so vague, they cleaned up the dirt and turned out the lights. But that dirt was so significant that years later, he brought the dirt up to the FBI in the investigation, into the civil rights investigation. That janitor remembered a pile of dirt. And then there's this greenhouse, and we're trying to figure out where could they have possibly hid, KJ that's close by the old gym and or the field house. And I'm not saying that's what happened. We're trying to figure it out. Right? All right. So we have another, picture of this side of the building. Again, the only thing I can guess is because of this window. What are you looking for, investigator or crime scene? Or what are you not looking for as well? So I see somebody walking here. That looks like that is a GBI agent. These are GBI agents. You see the uniforms? This is why I don't believe, and I don't know this is me, my opinion, that was a Rick Bell in that blurry picture, because that's the GBI uniform. You see how the tan bottom and the dark blue like shirt? We'll see it again. I might be wrong. I'm not here to ever declare that I know everything and know it as a fact, right? But these are GBI agents right here, and Rick Bell is an FBI agent. And then there's that trailer with this mysterious person still sitting in the trailer. Who are you? All right, another side of the same gym, the parking lot, white trailers, more GBI. They have arrived, I guess. I don't see anything out of order. This may be another view of the parking lot. It's mighty full for it to be closed down, isn't it? It's a mighty full parking lot. Hey, peaceful. Hey, peacefully. Hey, look. There's no parking spots there or open. So you mean to tell me why active investigation is going, school is also going, people coming and going, active crime scene? Yeah. Y'all need every lawsuit that y'all are about to lose. And I speak it with faith. It's over. Look at all these cars, guys, parked in the parking lot. School has gone on as usual. And they claim that they had to wait for the crime scene investigators to get there, and that's why they didn't call the coroner.
So this was before or after the body?
This is after. This is the crime. This is an active crime scene.
What?
Yes. These are crime scene photos. That is the name.
Too many calls, man. That would have been, man, bro.
They did not care about, they had already, well, y'all know what we think, January 10th. Rick Bell said January 10th. You feel me? Rick Bell, you said January 10th. Your lawsuit said January 10th. At 1:30 p.m., they found the body of Kendrick Lamar Johnson. That's what you said in a legal document and put it before a judge. I don't have to say allegedly on that because that's in a legal document. Coroner Bill Watson said January the 10th. I'm going to keep saying that until it clicks.
Teresa, I never knew that.
What did Teresa say? Let's see. Cadaver dogs still pick up the scent even after all these years. Permanent decomp smell starts after 20 minutes. Wow. Johnsons need to order them to take cadaver dogs on the property and check outside the place you're speaking of. Thank you. Thank you for that. I think that they've been banned off the... I don't know. I thought that I heard something about they can't even go on the premises of the school, which is diabolical. But again, that's not fact.
I don't know about that, cause our last March, we went.
Well,
We didn't go all the way into the school, but we went into the entrance part where that sign is, and we spoke and everything where that sign is. So that's part of the school property. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be very these days when we're dealing with the kind of people that we're dealing with, people that has a whole FBI experienced person allegedly behind cyber games and cyber stalking and all that. We just got to be very vigilant. We got to be careful. Just like we spoke about the other day, there's people in this camp that are not a part of this camp. They're spies. Are they coming in like I had a comment this morning? This lady, she's gonna try to correct me under Aaliyah Griffith's sworn testimony, as if I really said that it was truth. And you guys know that I never state anything as a fact. I'm very careful. And then she went on to say, well, I really hope they get justice. This poor baby, he did this. I believe it was a cover up. Blah blah. No, ma'am, you came. And she said, I don't want to ruin your credibility. Ma'am, if that was the case, if you had an issue with what I said, which I found no issue with it, you would have came in my inbox. You publicly stated it on the feed, which makes me know that you are really here to try to stain my credibility. But you can't stain what God stamped. So move on. And blocked as well. So anyway, yes, we just got to be careful. Right? Gabriella, peacefully, Sharon, all that. Jay, I'm going to mute you real quick, okay? You can just come off mute when you're ready to talk, because you got a little feedback as well. Again, we're just looking at parking lots, guys. Nothing to see here, or is it? Some things that we may say nothing to see may be something to really see. So... what I don't see is a lot of people coming out to their cars to leave an active crime scene. That's what I don't see. I see a few people over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to be exact. My God. And here we are with this same photo of this entry in this broken window. And I think that we all did examine the window last time. And then there's cameras right above the window. The windows, obviously looks like it's broken from the inside out. Obvious, but there's nothing to see here. And there's no sign of forced entry per the police report. Yeah, okay. We don't believe that. Same thing. But there's a lot. Am I exaggerating when I'm saying that there is a lot of photos of this part of the building? To me, that makes me think that the crime scene investigator thinks that something's over there that's suspicious. And it is that window that was downplayed later with the sheriff narrative report. Now, I got to look this up, and I don't want to misquote anything. But is CSI a part of the sheriff department, or is it a part of the GBI? Crime scene investigators. I'm going to have to look that up, because it seems like the crime scene investigator was trying to do its job. His or her job by taking that many photos, right? They even went close to the weight and took photos of the weight?
You know
Okay.
what? You know what? I feel like certain people. I feel like certain people. They probably just didn't know anything about the cover up.
Right.
But for them to go that far to cause that weight was a ways away from the actual crime scene. So
Mm-hmm.
they probably knew of the cover and just and was actually was trying to do the right thing and lead those clues just like
The
what kind of
corner.
did Connor, yeah.
Yep. Bill Watson. Yeah, I believe that because I heard that a lot of people resigned, a lot of people quit. I heard that, and it could be so. These people that resigned and quit and all that, they need to come forward. Why is it 13 years later?
See, and that could be a mission on us too. We can go back and find out who all quit it and who
Mm-hmm.
all resigned and see where we can see where we can get from there too.
Mm-hmm. That's right there,
That
there,
that
nephew.
that will be awesome
I
because
heard
we
it was
talk
a.
we you know what I'm saying. It was a lot of people,
Yep.
judges and all. So just imagine if we can get everybody that resigned and everything. If they resigned and quit,
Right.
all have a heart and they wasn't trying to be a part of it. So if we can get back in contact with them,
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure, man, we can pop them, man. I'm telling you.
I believe you. I really believe you. What is this in this reflection right here? What is this? You see it? Something's in the reflection of this window. Like a, I don't know. It could be. I guess it could be the those white trailers. I'm not sure, but I can't read this. I was trying to read it, but it's kind of backwards. I just see something there. I'm gonna have to go to that picture and blow it up to see if I can see what is this window capturing. It's kind of hard for us to see right now. If it's capturing anything, guys, I'll post it. But do you see what I'm talking about? It's at the top. It's something right here and something down here as well. Am I the only one that's seeing that there's a reflection in the window?
I ain't even gonna lie. When I first seen that picture, I was trying my hardest to look and see what was going on in the mirror, in the window. I mean,
Right. Yeah, I mean, for real. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, nope. Nope. What happened? So I can't go any bigger than this. But am I the only one that sees something in the reflection of whatever of this window? What? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I I wonder if this window is by the field house and by the canning building that we were just talking about that a source told me about. It's something right there. We're gonna have to do some investigating, y'all. Okay? I'm gonna mark that. What picture number is this? Picture number 169. Why they think that these are edited photos? No, this is the hard drive of the real photos. It's photo number 169 in the slideshow, sir and ma'am, liars, gaslighters.
matter of fact, I gotta talk to you about something about that too.
Okay.
About certain pictures. I'm talk to you about it later on.
Yeah, no problem. All right. And then, of course, this is the window that he just stuck on. This crime scene investigator literally has taken so many pictures of this side of the building in this window, but it doesn't. The photos, the attention that the crime scene investigator is giving this window in the photos does not match the two lines that the narrative report in the sheriff's department's narrative incident report is 2 lines. That's it. But this crime scene investigator found some significance in this window. It's evident. Wouldn't you all agree? It's obviously broken and open. On the inside of the windows, I can see some chairs, some of those desks with chairs. At the top, I still see whatever this is. I don't know what this is. But is that a weight on top of that? Does that look like a dumbbell? I don't know. I'm not gonna guess. I mean, I guess I could. I can hold on. I know good and well I can just blow this up right now. I'm trying to be courteous now. I'm curious, and I got to find out, y'all, what this is. Let me blow this up. Okay, so I think that's a bus. That looks like a white bus. Nephew, I'm gonna drop this in your chat, okay? And see if you can see it. But I think that's a white bus, and there is a white bus. There is a
Okay.
white bus around there. Just hold on a second.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at it.
Okay. All right. Yep. And so there it is. Boom, right there. We only got about 15 minutes left, guys. 15 minutes. But the open window. Look how big. It's like wide open, and the bottom of the latch is broken off. And it's just weird because there's a whole heck of a lot of photos of this picture. I mean, of this window. For sure. Y'all see where it was supposed to be the same type of latch at the top is missing right here. Did you guys see that? And the FBI report didn't mention this window, and neither did the janitors. Anybody have any questions thus far? Let me see. You got any questions going on? Has anyone noticed if you look at KJ's shorts in the crime scene photos, it looks like he has some type of dirt or gravel specks on them? Some now I really wonder about these photos of outside. I didn't, but I'm going to go look when I get off live. You said dirt on his pants? I actually did. Dirt and gravel? Yes.
I'm about to have to go. I'm about to I gotta look into some stuff. But I'm about to check. I'm gonna check out every what you sent me to my in my inbox.
No problem. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna look that up and look at it again sometime. So we're just gonna get through this set of photos, and then I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. I think we got like 20 some photos, but that's the door, and we're back over here where this junk is, which doesn't make sense either. But we can stop like at right here. Like this section really doesn't make sense to me. This clutter. I don't know, guys. Certain stuff just not making sense. But we know that the whole case doesn't make sense. So we will just stop right there for right now. And we can, let me get back on camera. We can plan on getting together this week. What did you say? Fight club things? You think so? That's actually a good observation. Observation. Peacefully. I remember the Walmart cart. Nephew is gone. We have had a long week. We have worked and worked during the day and worked at night. But the dirt wasn't there when he was halfway out of the mat. But you're saying that it was, Angela, you're saying that it was on the bottom half? I haven't looked at that photo in so long because I don't like looking at them. I only look at them when I have to. That's not something it's just heartbreaking. It actually breaks my heart to post it. But I know that it has to be done. Yes, Coco Mo. We know. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. He most definitely was. And you said, but the dirt wasn't there when he was halfway out the mat. So are you saying that it was there when they pulled him out of the mat? I will have to go look at the picture again to be able to see what you're looking at. And Wanda Walker, you said there are videos in plural. Videos of students fighting. I have one video. Do you have any idea where the other videos are? Wanda Walker? I have one of those videos. I've been looking for more, but I haven't been able to find any. So if you have any, please send that. Yes, it's crazy. The whole window thing is crazy. Now, even the crime scene investigator must have thought so because it's 1,000 pictures of that window. Yep, it's a lot. It's more pictures of the window than it is of KJ. That's crazy work. So I'm believing that they suspected that was either a point of exit or maybe even a point of entry. I don't know, guys. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it. But I'm going to look through the footage tomorrow to see if we can cut down some stuff and identify some stuff. I'm really trying to see if I can see two girls climb on top of that mat. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. And it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen before the kids start being ushered out of the gym, right? So I'm specifically looking for that moment. Theo, that card tag is so old I couldn't get anywhere with it. But somebody did clean it up, and we tried to get information off of it, but it was sold multiple times. It was sold. So it's only showing the most recent owners has nothing to do with that I can see with our situation with Kendrick. And you are a very good investigator yourself. You could have did that for us. After they pulled him out, look at the pics of him before he was removed from Matt and then after. Yes, ma'am. I have wrote that down and I will do that. Sorry, I should have said a video. I'm not aware of any others, but I'm sure students probably took plenty of videos of fights. I believe that. Now the question is, what happened to them? It's a good question. Were their phones confiscated? I mean, did they have a cloud back in 2013? I can't remember. I don't think they had a cloud. Did they have the iCloud back then? My kid was 1 year old and I don't think I had an iPhone. It could have been. All right. Gabriella says yes. Very well could have been fixed that way as well. I agree. Why do you think they tore the old gym down? They actually didn't, Wanda. The old gym is still there. The old gym was renovated. So what they did was they built a wall to separate a portion of it, and they made a band room out of it. In the part where Kendrick Johnson was found, it is actually now in a storage room. So that part still exists. It's just a band room now. They renovated it like 60 days afterwards. So they must not get a nobody. Well, look at God. That's all I got to say. They didn't tear it down. They didn't tear it down. They really thought that this thing was going to go away. They didn't realize that the Johnsons was not going to ever let it go. And then they didn't also realize that outsiders that are not a part of Valdosta, but there's a lot of Valdostians too that support them, but they didn't realize that people all across the world were going to rise up and become an army. I can tell you that. and surround them with love and with support and with prayer and everything. Like, they wasn't anticipating that. They thought they were just gonna bury this thing, split the community by saying this they're just prejudiced. These are two white boys and all that gaslighting that Lee Touchton does, allegedly. It ain't alleged, but you know what I'm saying. All the gaslighting that they're trying to do right now. They really thought that they was going to keep it split, but they forgot to edit that part out. I guess they couldn't edit all of him entering the gym. But they must have, either they didn't see it or slow it down like we did and peep the body language and all that or whatever. But yeah, I bet somebody was like, who left that in there? Because now we know that you are just trying to do what you have been doing to us for many years. And that's pull wolves over our eyes and keep the community divided and keep hate in between us. And all these years you have used our own people against us in the crimes that you create and you commit. You had slaves trapping other slaves to get hung and all kind of stuff. Look at Emmett Till. Wasn't there some black people in the truck too when they went to get him? I heard it was some black men in the truck too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. They still, same tactics. It was race. It split the community. Anyway, guys, I love y'all. We're gonna get working. I'm gonna see if what I can look at, and I found some other things, and I just want to say thank you all for always rocking with the Johnsons, for being there for them. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for rocking with Young Nine. Thank you for rocking with Erica and everybody else that is talking about Kendrick Johnson. Thank you for being a part of KJ's Army. Be vigilant. Be vigilant. Watch. Pray. Be slow to hear distractions and slow to see distractions, but be wise. What the Bible say, be wise as a serpent but harmless as a dove. But I am not trying to be harmless, though. I'm not gonna lie, Lord. I'll talk to you about that later. I'm not trying to be harmless because anyway, I love y'all. I don't want to get in trouble. I love y'all. Justice for Kendrick Johnson all day, every day. Like, we're gonna go out with a bang as we always do. It is justice for Kendrick Johnson all day, every day. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. And peace.
13 years. And the question still echo through that gym. Not rumors. Not opinions. Evidence. Let the evidence speak. Wrote a mad in the quiet gym floor. 17 years old and the truth once more. They said accident closed the door quick, but the paperwork started showing cracks in the script. Autopsy report said nothing to see, but another doctor said something different to me. Bruising
everybody drop justice for Kendrick Johnson before y'all leave. Everybody drop justice for Kendrick Johnson in the comments.
They say sovereign immunity blocks the gate, but justice don't bend just because you're the state. Evidence don't lie, it just waits in the light for somebody brave enough to read it right. Let the evidence speak. Don't silence the truth. Every file, every record, every lie, every proof. Let the evidence speak. Let the people all see. Justice ain't afraid of transparency. Let the evidence speak. No more shadows and leaks. If the truth stands strong, let the evidence speak. Let the evidence speak. No more shadows and leaks. If the truth stands strong, let the evidence speak. Gone and the story changed twice. Reach confusion.
You gotta keep telling them. Justice is coming.
A trained investigator knows the difference clear. Organs and eye fluid don't disappear. Two autopsies telling two different tales.
Don't nobody care about you, investigator of threats and mess. Ain't nobody scared. Let the
cameras broken in the man.
You don't scare nobody.
Students fighting in the gym, nobody watching that. All bullying caught on the cafeteria screen.
Hey, justice for Kendrick Johnson, y'all.
Ran safe and clean. Truth don't sleep and the truth don't hide. Even paperwork speaks.
You got to know ain't nobody scared.
And every contradiction leaves a mark in the case like fingerprints. Truth can't erase.
Let the evidence speak.
Don't silence the truth. Every file, every record, every lie, every proof.
Let the evidence.
Let the people all see.
The evidence is speaking right now. Justice for Kendrick Johnson.
No more shadows and leaks. If the truth stands strong, let the evidence speak.
Ain't nobody scared.
No more shadows and leaks. If the truth stands strong.
KJ Strong. Let the evidence speak.
This isn't about rumors. This is
Love
about
y'all.
evidence.
I'm out of here.
This is about the evidence.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.